Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
I welcome you to this Flutter demonstration. In this video, we will learn how to create a beautiful and functional bottom navigation bar in Flutter application. We will also see how to navigate between multiple screens using state management. So on screen, you can see our bottom navigation app. Now here at bottom, you can see this navigation bar, right? So this is called navigation bar. Now inside registration, it shows my app which is created previously. And when I click on profile, it will open these app which we have already written. And when I click on this list view, it opens these product list which we have created previous. These combines 4 apps. Inside these app, using bottom navigation bar, I display all these 3 apps. You can add more item also. So let us try to understand how to do this. So here on screen you can see first we must import packages, right? So here the first is a material.dart file that is included to use all these widgets. Now next import statements imports exe2.dart, exe1.dart and exe4.dart. Now what that represent is. So here in a explorer, you can see inside ex2, I define that product list. So this product list is defined by exe2.dart. Then there is a exe5 which defines these, and inside exe2 we define product list. Inside exe4 we define these registration. So here you can see this is exe4, this is exe2 and this is exe1. So now get back to original file. So here these represent my product list, these represent my registration dart file and these represent my profile dart file. Now we must define main function in order to set entry point of our application. So here I define void main function. Inside that we must call runf function which must display some widget. So here I set widget to my bottom nav app. Now what is my bottom nav app is? So here you can see we have defined root widget of our app which is my bottom nav app. So this is an example of stateless widget, right? Now there is no change on the screen or user interface. We just display different pages inside mains. So here class my bottom nav app is a stateless widget. So we write down class my bottom nav app extend stateless widgets and this is my constructor. Now we must override this build method in order to return my user interface. So inside build method I return material app. Now my title is bottom navigation demo and inside home screen I set bottom nav screen. This is my root app and inside that I call bottom nav screen as my home screen and I have set debug show check mode banner to false. So in original app, you don't see this debug banner on top of screen. Next, we understand bottom nav screen. So here you can see class bottom nav screen extend stateful widget because whenever we click on these, we must display or change user interface. So that's why my home screen is a stateful widget. Root widget is stateless widget, but home screen widget is a stateful widget. This is my constructor and I must override create state method which returns state of type bottom nave screen. So here I write down return type for create state to bottom nave screen state, and inside that we must return bottom nave screen state, which is nothing but state class for our bottom nave screen widget. So below that we define this class bottom nave screen state. So it must extend state class and it should be bind with bottom nave screen. So here I define that state class. Now based on user selection, we must display different types of screen on home screen. So here you can see by clicking on different button, I can display different screen. So that's why we require index. So here I write down integer variable selected index, which represent my index or hold the index of currently selected navigation item, and initially it sets to 0. So first item is selected and it displays first screen, right? So we must create list of widgets to display based on selected index. So here you can see this is a widget which represent registration, this is a widget which represent profile, and this is a widget which represent product list that we have already created and stored as a separate Dart file. So this is again example of reusability. Whatever you have created, you can import and use that widget. So here I have created one list. Now this list is nothing but widget. So its name is pages, and here I specify widget type list. So in square bracket, we must define widget. So center is a widget and its child is student registration page app. Now second is a again child which represent my profile app, and third child represent my product list app. So this is a list of widget that we bind to our navigation bar. Here I define on item tapped map. It updates the selected index when bottom navigation item is clicked. Whenever I click on this first button, my index is 0. When I click on this button, my index is 1. And when I click on third button, my index is 2. Whenever this item is tapped, its index is available as a index. So inside set state method, we assign that index value to selected index. So what does it mean? Whenever you click some item in navigation bar, its index is assigned to selected index. So it will update the selected index inside selected index variable. Next, we must override build method. So here we return scaffold. Now inside scaffold we can specify app bar and body. In app bar I specify title as a text bottom navigation bar. So here you can see on the screen in app bar it displays bottom navigation bar. Inside body. Now remember these inside body we must display different screen based on our index select, right? So here inside body I set widget which is pages, and inside pages whatever index we specify. Now remember these pages is a list that we have already created. Now see here, this is a my pages list. In 0 it specifies a SRP, in 1 it specifies my profile app, and at position 2 it specifies product list app. So if I refers to pages 0, what does it mean? Student registration page. If I refers to pages and square bracket 1, it means my profile app, and in pages using index 2 I can access this product list app. So whatever index is selected by the user, accordingly we display that page inside body. So now you must understand that it displays the selected pages from pages list that we have already defined. Remember that these index and corresponding list should match with each other. Suppose whatever name we have given here must be according to the page list, right? So that you have to keep in mind. Now next we display actual navigation bar. So at bottom, we want to display navigation bar. So here I use bottom navigation bar set to bottom navigation bar instance, and inside that you have to specify current index. There are three values for index 0, 1 and 2 because there are three items. So current index must be initially 0 that we have already specified above. Initially it is 0 that you can see on the screen. So current index specifies initially 0 value. So it highlights the selected item. Then selected item color is teal. If I click on this last, its color is changed to teal. Selected item color will be whatever color you specify here, and unselected item color you can also see on the screen behind me. So it is generally gray that you can see on the screen. This is how we can specify selected item color as well as unselected item color. Now, what we want to do is whenever this page item is clicked, we want to display different screen in home. So when I write down on item tab here, I specify three items. So first item is specified using bottom navigation bar item, and its icon is home and its label is registration. Similarly, we specify second bottom navigation bar item and its icon is person and its label is my profile. Now remember all these icons.home, icons.person, icons.search are readily available in Flutter. You have to just use them. Inside second bottom navigation bar item, I specify icon and then its label. Similarly, we can define third navigation bar item. Here I again specify icon as a search and label as a product list. This is how my app look like and works. Let's quickly recap. First, we import these packages so that we can use them in our project. Our root widget is my bottom navigation app, which is nothing but stateless widgets. And inside that, in home screen, we specify our bottom navigation screen, which is a stateful widget. So inside bottom navigation screen, we extend stateful widget and override its create state method, and then we define class bottom nav screen state which extends state of type bottom navigation screen. And initially selected index is 0. Then we define page list using widget list, and whenever item is tapped, we must update selected index to that index. Now these build method returns updated user interface whenever this state is changed. So this method build method is called whenever your state is changed. So what here we do is we have display app bar. Inside body we specify page with selected index, and at bottom we specify bottom navigation bar, its index, item color, and whenever it is tapped we must call on item tab that is already defined to update the selected index. And to specify what to display inside bottom navigation bar can be defined using items, and items are nothing but bottom navigation bar item list. So here inside square bracket we must specify all the items one by one. So here we define three items to display in a bottom navigation bar. So I hope you understand this code. Try to implement this code by yourself. So friends, let's sum up. In this demo, we explored how to build a responsive bottom navigation bar using Flutter. This is powerful pattern for multi-page application such as e-commerce, education or social apps. I hope you enjoy this demonstration. Hello friend, welcome back. Welcome to this demonstration. In this video, we will build a beautiful and interactive dashboard user interface using Flutter's material design components. The dashboard consists of 6 tiles arranged in a grid layout. Each tile represents common dashboard functions such as orders, messages, reports, setting, profile and logout. Let us first see how our app will look like. On screen you can see our app is running as a dashboard, and here there are 6 different tiles. In a row, we have 2 tiles, right? So there are 3 rows and each row we have 2 tiles. So this is a example of some common dashboard where you want to display items like this. Now whenever I click on any of these tiles, it will redirect me to other screen where it displays same icon and message that you tapped on this section. If I click on messages, display same icon in a larger size, then message screen, and below that it displays you have tapped on the message section. So here you can load any page that you want to display. Here for the sake of simplicity, I have just reload same things with some message that you have clicked this section. This is how our app works. Now let us try to understand our code. Very first line is import statement which imports the Flutter material package to use material design components. The second part is main function which is a entry point for any Flutter app. Here we write down void main. Inside that I call run app method to actually launch the dashboard widget. So here inside run app I specify dashboard app which is root widget of the application. Now how to define this dashboard app? Here I define class dashboard extends stateless widget because there is no change in user interface. It just redirect you to other page. This is a constructor for dashboard app. As you know, we must override this build method so that we can render our home screen. Inside that I return material app and my title is dashboard user interface, and inside home I specify dashboard screen. So dashboard screen is a widget which sets dashboard screen as a home. So my root widget is a dashboard app, but this white portion is my home area where I set dashboard screen. So this dashboard screen is responsible for displaying all these tiles and action done on these tiles, and I have set debug show check mode banner to false, so there is no any debug banner on top right of your screen. Now let us define this dashboard screen. This dashboard screen is again stateless widgets because it does not change user interface, but when clicked it redirect you to some other page. So we have defined dashboard screen and it extends stateless widget because no user interface change is required. Then we must define these list. This is a list of 6 items that you can see on the screen. So here I define one list which is of type map. Here name of our list is dashboard item, and in square bracket we can specify each item separated by comma. So these curly bracket represents my first item, and inside these item I specify title as order and my icon is shopping cart icon. So it is a specified using icons dot shopping cart. Now remember all these 6 icons displayed here are available inbuilt. So you need not to do anything. You have to just mention its name to display that icon. So here first represent order, second represent message, and similarly its icon is again icons.message. Third item is reports and icon is icons.pie chart that you can see. This is a pie chart. Then there is a settings. So we use icon settings, and in profile you can specify icon.person to represent profile. And we have earlier used this logout icon. So its name is icons.logout. Basically, dashboard items is a list that defines map with title and icon. So here there are 6 dashboard items inside dashboard item list. Now this is a constructor for our dashboard screen. Now we must override build method. So inside build method I write down return scaffold, and inside scaffold we can specify app bar and body. So here in app bar I specify title as a text which is dashboard that you can see on the screen. This is my dashboard. Inside body what we want to do is inside body we want to display tile in a grid manner, and each row contains 2 tiles. So inside body first I specify padding to leave space between border and screen. So here I leave space 10 pixel from each side in a screen. Then I specify child. Now here I use gridView.count. So inside gridView.count, we must specify number of column in grid. So how many columns are there? 2. So here I write down cross axis count to 2. Now cross axis spacing is set to 10. Now you can see there are 10 pixel space between each item. This is called cross axis space, and main axis spacing is again 10. So it is a vertical space between grid items. Now these vertical space is specified using main axis spacing, and these horizontal spacing is specified by cross axis space. After that we must define its children. So inside children I write down dashboard items dot map. Now remember, these dashboard item is a dynamic list that defines our title and icon. So inside children I write down dashboard item dot map, and inside that we must specify item. Mapping each item from the list to a clickable card is done using this dashboard items dot map. Inside these we must return card. So here I write down elevation 4. So you can see these card is with shadow effect. So these card shadow depth is specified using elevation. Then I define shape, which is rounded rectangle border. Shape of my card is rounded. So you can see over screen it is a rounded rectangle shape. And how much roundness we require is specified using border radius. So here border radius is circular and its radius is 10. If I increase these, that roundness will increase. So I hot reload these. Now you can see that roundness is increased. Again I increase these so that you can better understand. Now hot reload these. Now it is more rectangle. So this is how you can specify roundness of card. Then using inkwell we can make card tappable. We have already used this feature in previous example. So here inside child I specify inkwell, which makes the card tappable, and whenever card is tapped, what we want to do is we want to open another screen where I want to display that order is tapped. For example, inside on tap we must navigate to detail screen when card is tapped. So here I write down navigator.push method. First argument is context and second argument is material page route where we want to redirect. So inside these I have created builder which returns detail screen, our title, and inside icon we specify item icon. So whenever I tap on some card, what it will do is it will open this detail screen and pass this title and icon to that screen. Now if you see here, this item is mapped with item that is selected by user from dashboard item. So whenever user click, I must open detailed screen, pass this title and icon to that screen from card where it was tapped. So if I tap orders, these order icon and order string will be provided to details. So when I write down this detail screen, I must specify two argument inside constructor. One is title and another is icon. This is how we pass two values in next screen, which is detail screen. Now after that we have child column. So its main axis alignment is center, and inside children we specify icon with item icon. Size is now 40 and its color is teal, and after that there is a size box of height 10, and inside tag we must specify item title and style is 16 font size that you can see here, and is bold. So font weight is set to font weight bold. This is how our main dashboard screen will work. Now let us understand detail screen, which is shown when item is tapped. So let us try to understand these detail screen. So inside detail screen, which is a stateless widgets because it just displays something on screen, nothing else, we must define two variables, title and icon. This is my title, order screen is my title, this is my icon, and this is my message. Inside its constructor we must require these two parameters, title and icon, which is passed from here. So when item is tapped we pass its title and icon inside detail screen, right? So here inside these we override build method to render our interface. So here I written scaffold with app bar order. So these orders comes from this. If I click on message, displays in a app bar messages. So this is a dynamic title based on selected value. So now we don't have static title but title which is dynamic in nature. After that we must define this body. So inside body in center I want to display column. Now these column consist of icon, size box, and text. So inside, and its main axis alignment is set to main axis alignment dot center, so it vertically center. After that I specify children. So as I mentioned earlier, first item is icon. So whatever icon comes from previous screen should be displayed. Its size should be 80. Its color is teal that you can see on the screen. And after that we have size box to represent these gaps. So its height is 20 pixel. Then these title and screen word is a join. So $title represent these messages, and after that I return static word called screen. So it represents which screen the user is on, and its style is 24 font size and bold font. After that again we specify size box to have space between two widgets, and finally we display last message, this message. So again this is a dynamic message, says you tapped on these selection and its size is 16. Style specifies text style with 16 size font. So this is how my detail screen will display which item was tapped by the user. So let us again check. Now I am clicking on setting. App bar displays dynamic value settings. Then in center we display that icon. Then settings is come from previous screen, and this is a fixed word, and you have tapped on the is a static word, this is dynamic, and section is again static. So this is how my detail screen will display which item was clicked. Now you can display anything here, right? So whatever you want to display here, that logic you have to implement inside this detail screen app. So inside detail screen, whatever thing you want to do, you have to specify. Here we just display that title and icon, but you can do anything that you want to do. Let us sum up. So friends, this interactive dashboard layout is ideal for admin panels, user dashboard, or mobile control center. By using combination of grid view, card, and inkwell, we can make each dashboard tile both functional and visually appealing. This app was built entirely using Flutter and Dart with no external packages. It is just pure Flutter power. So I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Happy coding with Flutter. Thank you and happy learning. स्वाध्यायः परमः